potentially, without the IO, more of a like soft core, where you're making moves with your team, pairing the DK early on, and it's the windrunner that will really come into play later into the game.
Definitely getting the try-carry vibes here with 33. Probably going to play a pretty greedy style on his Dragon Knight as well, get big, and once you have the triple BKB, that's going to be your timing to be like, okay, Lesh and Pugna, your reign is over. That's probably a timing Tundra are playing for. We'll see how Gaming Gladiators are going to hit their timing, though, with their early push heroes that they have.
Yeah, I'm kind of I always prefer lineups that have more like earlier timings that allow them to excel. And this is the type of draft from Gladiators where if they play their lanes and they play around the blink timing of Legion, just the tankiness of Lesh, etc., it kind of becomes an issue for Tundra where like where is their damage outside of like a Lit Choke, Gyro being in position, waiting for Windrunner. So I naturally just favor these type of lineups, but I can see with ease Tundra surviving that, weathering the storm, and just becoming a tri-core lineup.
But you're a bit on the side of Gaming Gladiator, or like Gaming Gladiators draft overall?
Yeah, yeah, the idea of just CK being tanky, leading the charge, enabling that perfect blink jaw of Legion, enabling just the Lesh and the Pugna to play behind that pocket of aggression.
I'm actually a little bit on the other side. I think I prefer what Tundra have done here. I think it's a smart setup. However, I also feel like Gaming Gladiators is the stronger team, so I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Yeah, I think
but that's a good sign.
Yeah, I think it's you know, building up to be very cool, and of course, super important game, Shiver.
It's an incredibly important game, and you heard my panel is 50-50 to them. We're gonna have to see how it's gonna play out together with Sunspan and Lacoste.
That's a horse.
That's you.
Hello, Sunspan here with Lacoste. They said this is a very important game, which is why they put you on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not sure why I was picked, but I'm sure it'll be a real treat to watch and cast.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. You and me, we were casting like ESL one summer.
Like all the ESLs.
Yeah, pretty much like throughout the whole thing, sweating 35 degrees. Good times, good times. But yeah, let's focus on what's important, and that's this match. A lot of healing coming out from the Gaming Gladiators. A lot of sustain. They can reset the fight multiple times with what they got, and very early oriented lineup that can put a lot of pressure on the towers. On the other side, Tundra, this is Gyrocopter with no steroids whatsoever, so it's going to be a bit difficult. I want to see how the top lane's going to go. Lich plus Gyrocopter, that's, you know, you have a kill threat. And I also want to see Gyro put more points in the Rocket Barrage early on.
Rocket Barrage, goodness gracious. Well, as the panel kind of alluded to, match is extremely important for mostly
yeah, say
Tundra.
that again. I don't think people heard it.
A very important match. If Tundra wins this, they guarantee that they go to the major, I do believe. At least that's what Waga said to me. So if that's incorrect, you can blame him. But Gaming Gladiators, I don't know what the difference between 1 through 4 is. Do you? Like, does ranking matter?
No.
I mean, for DPC points it does, and for prize pool, but in terms of placement for the major,
nothing.
Yeah,
literally nothing.
So a little bit less to play for, but we'll see how things shake out as Skeeter and company try to get some bounty runes here at the beginning of the game. You can see that Rocket Barrage is skilled.
Yeah,
very good call, Lacoste.
This is the damage that I want to see in the laning stage. It's going to be a lot of harassment, Gyrocopter, not getting any region. I love to see that. Just the straight up stats on the hero. Power Treads, Raindrop, and Lich is going to be providing him with everything. Lich does have a little bit of limited mana pool, so let's see what he's bringing on the career. Just some extra tangos for now.
Yep. No more sacrifice on Lich, Lacoste.
Oh, good old
Breaking news. It's been 5 years.
It's been 7 years, and this is when I played the Lich offlane.
Good old times.
Back in my day. Lich Enigma offlane. You just completely ruined people.
Yeah, just deny everything. Is Ace taking a lot of damage from Rocket Barrage, but so is Skeeter. Frostbite's actually going to connect on 2 there as Ace continuing to get right-clicked down by Snake King, but will not result in a kill as of yet. So, I mean, you talked about what the strengths of each respective lineup are, but whose lineup do you actually like more, would you say?
I like Gaming Gladiators. I'm looking at this offlane from them, how they're going to be playing it, and so far they've been putting a lot of pressure. Skeeter, he already used the healing salve. I mean, not his own. Lich gave it to him, but still, it's a 13-second, so you can't CS for 13 seconds. 33 looks pretty dead here.
He's super dead. So first blood goes the way of Tofu, set up with the Chaos Bolt to start things out.
And one thing to notice, they did pair up Io with the Legion Commander on the top lane. Celery usually is the position 5 here, but Pugna does provide a little bit more harassment on the bottom lane. There's also some anti-synergy with the Decrepify, but he did start with the Netherboard, something that we've seen position 5 players Pugna do, and I think it's very, very good. Just being able to reduce the damage coming up from the Keeper of the Light, and also, how much mana is that? That's wait a second. It's 100 mana, so yeah, decent amount of damage coming out from the Netherboard.
What was changed to make people start to actually skill that? Because I hadn't seen that until this DPC.
Spell damage reduction. It didn't have it before.
Oh, that's true. Before it was like the mana reduction. Or
yeah.
Mana loss, mana, whatever the hell it was called. Nether Blast from Tofu forcing out Soxa for now on the Coddle. Are you a fan of the current iteration of Coddle, by the way? Like, feels like this hero just gets a ton of farm.
Big fan. I am loving those position 4 or 5s that can steal all the farm and say, well, I was harassing.
Yeah.
Trying to secure the range creep, blast the whole wave.
Any excuse for a support to get a little greedy, they'll be happy with. Especially Soxa, who can actually make use of the farm quite well. So looking at the CS...
Looking at the mid lane.
Yeah, the mid lane specifically, I guess, would be the most
They did pick Wind Ranger into Leshrac, so that's a bit of a tricky right there. Wind Ranger still saving a point. What you want to have is like that potentially level 6 plus someone rotating. They don't have the best heroes to rotate. It's like Keeper of the Light, kind of meh. Unless you land a stun, then it's kind of okay.
And he's sitting at 19-5. Versus the 13-1 in the mid lane, so favor going to the Gaimin Gladiators so far as we see Chaos Bolt with the Reality Rift, but looks like 33 is tanky enough now to at least withstand that. But so you're talking about in this mid lane, Tundra needs a rotation for the Windrunner to actually work. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'd say so. A lot of harassment on 9.
Oh yeah,
he might be dead.
Shackle actually misses.
He's dead.
Right clicks into the Lightning Storm. Boom. Second kill of the game for Gaimin Gladiators. Off to a great start. That's true. Fairy Fire was... I don't know if that...
I don't think it would save him. I don't think it would save him. I wouldn't pop it. His bottle was... Ooh, what happened there? Because he does have a full Null Talisman on the Courier on the mid... I'm not sure if he was, like, holding... You can't bottle refill anymore.
Yeah.
So, not sure what happened there. Maybe he thought, I'm dominating this lane so much, which he didn't, as we can see on the screen, in terms of the CS. But he didn't bring the bottle. He was waiting for another 500 gold.
Well, sometimes you just have the confidence, you know, despite losing the lane horribly right now. I mean, he's actually way behind. It's double CS in favor of Boom right now, and it's not really much of a way for 9 to actually
He was
recover.
very confident that he's going to die there because he didn't bring the items.
Yeah.
And now Leshrac is level 6 because he's dominating the lane. He puts an extra point in the Lightning Storm, which I really like. And he's also going for his Bounty Rune to check up the stacks if anything's being made.
Top lane, more harassment both ways. This Skeeter gets off the Rocket Barrage. All right, Snake King able to do a little bit more damage, but with Celery here, it just feels like you're just never going to get through all that damage reduction and heal.
It's too much sustain coming up from these two heroes. They don't even have a point in press the attack, and then they can remove the homing missile potentially, which he doesn't even have, so good way of thinking coming out from Skeeter. Bottom lane, both of these heroes kind of like full HP all the time. Like the harassment they don't care too much about it because CK does have 2 points in Chaos Strike. Top lane.
Yep, overwhelming odds to start things out. Frostblast connects as Snake can continue to get chased by Ace. Looks like a kill going the way of Gaimin Gladiators again. And looking at the timing from each respective team, there's a lot of push from Gaimin Gladiators. You got the Lesh, the Pugna, and a lot of sustain with Io. So I'm guessing that I mean, at what point do they start just balling up and taking down these towers?
They definitely need some points in Diabolic Edict. I already mentioned because Leshrac was doing well in the lane. He put another point in the Lightning Storm, and here we can see a bit of a help coming out from Snaking. He did refill the bottle, and Leshrac's level 6, so he's going to chase him down.
Yeah.
Shackle doesn't connect. I'm the play-by-play caster right now. You shut up.
No, get louder. More passion, Lacoste.
It was a fake hype. They didn't want to go, like, commit heavily. And also having Lesh plus Io, it's extremely strong. This what?
Wow, that's the stats.
They're going to kill him anyway.
Yeah. The Snake King does fall in the end, so 4-0 advantage for Gaimin Gladiators, 2K net worth.
This is the space where Leshrac Dyer really loves to farm. So, because he's playing from the rating, he's like, I'm just going to go there, pick up the bounty, and keep farming. This is also a game where IO does get a Soul Ring to be able to give them that little bit of extra momentum. So Leshrac does have full mana, and then he also went for Arcane Boots. So the constant spam coming out from the hero, and IO gives you that extra spell damage and tankiness.
It feels like Gaimin Gladiators are winning every lane. Maybe not by an astronomical amount like in the mid lane, but I feel like they're still winning in each lane.
Well, you're just cheating because there's like 2K. The other team doesn't have any kind of kill, so it's very easy to say. If you remove the numbers, would you?
If I remove the numbers, then I wouldn't know what the hell's going on probably. As Snake King, he's going to go down to the Pulse Nova again. Won't be able to do too much, as that jungle has been claimed by Boom. Nobody is taking that for quite a while. Of course, he is completely out of mana right now.
And he's back to full mana.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Okay, perfect. Easy peasy. The beauty of IO. As it looks like they're going to try to take this tier 1 tower with now those 2 points in Diabolic Edict. I assume Skeeter, they might want to defend. Snake King is in the area, but yeah, Skeeter starting to fall back. Although you see the Keeper, Soxa on his way. Not sure how much of a defense they can mount this early in the game.
They can defend it with the spam. Also, there is a cooldown on Gyro, so potentially, like, they do have decent amount of burst damage. Problem is, like, they're a bit under-leveled for this point of the game, both Keeper of the Light and Lich. There's another rotation.
Ace gets off the overwhelming odds, which gives him the move speed to get off that duel. That's the first victory for him in the game. Boom taking a ton of damage, though. Skeeter gets off that Rocket Barrage, and with the Frost Blast, that's going to be enough to get a trade. Definitely in favor of Tundra.
Lich? He just walked in.
God! Overwhelming odds. Ace.
I think Snake King was microing the courier there.
Is that what happened?
I think so. Like, he almost got the Gyrocopter killed as well, because extra damage from another hero. And this build on 9, I don't think I've seen it before. He's been the one that always has different kind of item builds, but going for Power Treads on a Wind Ranger, instead of like Javelin, maybe I'm missing something, and now going into a BKB. Maybe he changes his item build, you know, this is what makes him tanky, relying on Power Shot instead of going in.
Yeah, perhaps has something to do with the fact that he knows that he lost his lane, and he knows that the opposing team is going to group up a bit and try to fight a little bit early on.
Yeah, probably. That makes sense. Gyrocopter trying to recover in the triangle. A lot of stacks being made. Soxa, he will help out. Didn't steal anything.
That is a juicy stack. The death throws from the tomato and the potato. Delicious.
I can't believe they added that to the game.
What, the tomato buff?
Yeah.
It's hard to catch, though. You have to actually click on the status buff. Because the actual name doesn't show up anywhere else. It's just like a little Easter egg. Yeah. And
it's Easter tomorrow.
That is true. Perfect timing. As Skeeter taking out the Ancients now. So he's going to catch up to a decent degree here. As you can see in the net worth, he is not doing so hot. 3K lead for Gaimin Gladiators. You hear the Phantasm go off.
It's a farming Phantasm, pretty much. Oh, all the lanes are going well. As you said, also I love the build on Ace. He's going for the Blade Mail against the Gyrocopter, against Lich, Keeper of the Light. There's going to be so much uncontrollable damage.
Yeah.
And it also gives him like the solo pickup potential. Snake King, there's the reload.
Yeah, IO coming in, but Snake King with the juke. He's got on his Nikes today. Overwhelming odds. Should be able to get off the duel, but will they have enough to actually get the kill? All right, he's juking around the trees. There's the duel. And with the Pulse Nova in range, another victory for Ace.
That's plus 20, yes. And this is going to be a tower as well. So let's see if Celery decides to bring him back. He already brought him back, never mind.
He brought himself back temporarily. It looks like that bottom tower will be traded, so it's technically a 1-for-1. But obviously, Gaimin Gladiators are going to be more than happy with this. As mid lane, Snake King trying to help out Skeeter, but I mean, from the other side, Lacoste, Tundra, what is their timing exactly? Like, do they need to build these really defensive items and fight early to try to defend against Gaimin Gladiators?
They'll try to go for a pickoff once Dragonite gets a Blink Dagger, try to stabilize things a little bit. Wind Ranger still has that BKB. I mean, in terms of damage, like Focus Fire got buffed because it's 30% damage reduction instead of 50 on level 1, what it was before. Oh man, Tofu, interesting build on him. He has 141 on Pugna. I guess the value from Decrepify, lowering the cooldown as well, playing with Leshrac, or he wants to grief his Legion Commander. I'm not
Either way, we will enjoy it, I'm pretty sure. Mid lane, it's going to get fortified. As you can see, Gaimin Gladiators just have so much to take out these towers from afar. Looks like the Netherword's going to get decrept and likely denied here.
Decrep again. That's why he has it.
Okay. Have you seen the shard yet for Pugna? I've heard
no.
It's absolute garbage.
It's Garbanzo, unless you're playing against PL or any illusion-based hero. It feels really good because you instantly kill them. Mostly against Phantom Lancer. Try it out.
The cool thing about it is that it does use your cast range, so you can do it from super far away. Wow. And if you get like Aether Lens, and the shard itself increases it. I'm trying to sell you on this, Lacoste.
I think you need to lower the price. That's how you're gonna sell it.
So he's the one shard that's 600 gold. That would be an interesting change. Not sure. It's probably just
a discount. You know, I think the worst shard in the game is Skywrath Mage. Should cost 450.
Okay.
And Razor 700.
Oh yeah, Razors is really bad. That's true. It's actually. So you're saying that the Skywrath.
Oh yeah, Skywrath Mage without a doubt the most worthless shard in the game. Does absolutely nothing.
That one I haven't actually seen, so I can't really attest. You know. Have you tested
that's your answer. No one wants to buy. Even if you get it for free, you don't pick it up. He gets it last.
Okay. But Pugna's not on that level. There's some use to it.
No, Pugna's okay-ish.
Yeah.
2 out of 10, I would say.
If there's a free Roche one, you might give it to him if everybody else has it.
Yeah, unlike Sky.
Unlike Sky where you deny the shard, probably. Yeah, I agree.
He tries to sell it back to shopkeeper.
It's like, I mean, you can sell cheese. Why can't you sell the shard?
It's a good idea. We should add that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen games with tons of Roches that you just don't want the items anymore. It's 33, does have the Blink Dagger. We see a smoke here from Tundra, who are losing ground on this game. You can see the net worth. Oh, Tofu breaks the smoke. He's going to try to tank it, but press the attack from Ace in the air. He gets a big overwhelming odds off, uses the Horsey to try to get that duel off, but thinks better of it. In fact, they were horribly outnumbered, but Tundra's still playing way more defensive.
Yeah, sometimes pretending your team is there really works. Pugna's like, okay, I'm going in.
Don't try this in your pubs, though.
Myself. Don't try it. You're going to blame me. I'm going to get some ugly messages on Twitter. Leshrac, however, he has Eternal Shroud going into Kaya Sanj. He's going to be super tanky. Not just that, they're going inside for Roche Pit. CK with his Phantasm level 2. Chaos Strike does deal 1.5 damage to creeps. Roshan, he is a creep. A big one, but still a creep.
True. Ancient creep. Truly ancient.
How old is he?
He's older than Ice Frog. He's older than Dota itself.
So over 20.
Yeah, that's...
Boomer, Roche.
20 apparently is Boomer, that's true. Aegis is now picked up, and it is on the Lesh, one of the best Aegis carries in the game. They're seeing another duel here. Does he have enough damage? Doesn't look like it, as Soxa was protected by Snake King and that Frost Shield.
And he even replenishes mana on Lich just to give him another Frost Shield in the fight, which is not going to save him against Leshrac and his overwhelming damage. But the Piggy Wall,
he does it again. Up, back he goes though. The power shot will connect. And looks like the LC will fall, and Tofu is going to be next on the list. Although Durachio wants to come in, gets the Phantasm and the Chaos Bolt off. He has to be careful. He's completely outnumbered. Boom, in the area to try to help out. Durachio going to finally pop his Phantasm, go back in, but 9 with that evasion. Pretty tough to get through as Tofu trying to heal up his CK. Remember, this is still 4v5, and Gaimin Gladiators are not afraid to fight, apparently.
Leshrac counts as 2 heroes because he's holding the Aegis, so technically 5 versus 5.
True, true.
They need Legion Commander to be able to stun people. They have very limited amount of stuns, so it's a bit difficult to start a fight. They did get the duel off, but no damage. Tumbler's Toys plus Blink Dagger should do the trick. Oh, this is the time to fight. Arcane Rune on Leshrac. It's time to go in. I like that they give Leshrac this Aegis, because he's going to go in. He's going to go ham. CK still, I'm not going to say feels unkillable, because he doesn't, but... yeah, he feels a bit more tanky, I would say.
I mean, would any team give it to CK in this?
Maybe they would. If IO is like playing with the last rack, which he should, maybe they think, you know, IO's gonna bail him out of the trouble, and CK will just go ham and not care too much. Maybe if CK had a Blink Dagger, maybe they would give it to him instead.
Well, instead, CK has the Armlet, Echo Saber, and he actually will be going for the Blink next, as we're seeing another duel. This one should be a victory. It's gonna be close. Nope. Snake King dies, but after the duel already commences, so no damage for Ace. Very sad when you're Legion, not getting that damage buff.
Oh, what's the thing you hate the most?
Oh, here we go. Why does this all... I'm not bringing this up. You are. Well, I want this hero to be based around duel damage, not press the attack. That's my issue. Because he's picked just to dispel people, and the rest is just icing, you know?
Yeah, it's extra. I like the changes to overwhelming odds with the shard. I'm not saying it's good.
That's true.
Should also have like at least 15% discount for cash payment, but
I don't think I've seen that one yet either. Have you?
no. Maybe one game, I think.
One game. Wow.
I think he was playing against Phantom Lancer or something, and he just got it.
I see. That's infinitely more than Razor Shard, which we have a moment of silence for right now. So Gaimin Gladiator still with a 4K lead, still with that Aegis intact. Only for another couple minutes though, so likely we'll group up to try to pressure Tundra a little bit more. And from Tundra's perspective, Skeeter working on the BKB, halfway through his recipe right now. And 9, as you talked about, went for that first item BKB, which means he's not going to be doing a ton of damage, but just that casual Javelin when he gets that maybe him and Windrunner and Pango, probably the best heroes to have the casual, like in terms of the casual Javelin, in terms of actual boosting your damage.
Pango before, yeah, but most of the time, these days they don't get the Maelstrom unless it's like specific matchup, or unless they're greedy, or unless they're like Archon players. But
how dare you?
No, it's a feel-good item on Pango for sure. But Diffusal Blade with the change to cost reduction.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper now.
It's 650 gold cheaper, so you still burn the same amount of mana. 33 did pick up the shard. I don't know how you rate this shard, but it's in my book, it's S tier. It's really, really good.
Fireball, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it gives him something he doesn't have, right? Like, the Dragon Knight's entire issue...
Yeah, I think that's how all the shards work. They give you something that you don't have.
You could say that for any item. You know what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to hold this thought because there's a smoke here from Gaimin Gladiators. Dyrachyo, I don't think has shown off this Blink Dagger yet, as I don't think they're actually going to find anybody, although you can see 9 is kind of close, but they'd have to perfectly guess where he is, and they're not going to. So it looks like this smoke won't really come to much unless 33 is in the trees. Now they're not going to see him, it looks like. So it will result in not much, although 33 looking to potentially backstab. Doesn't have...
He wants
to
see
the fireball.
Wave.
Yeah.
And damage also lingers for 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's really
pretty
good.
Big.
I mean, the issue with Dragon Knight for the entirety of Dota, and you can attest to this, is he would get like a Blink Dagger, he would stun, he can't kill anybody. Like, you still rely on other people. So now you can
similar
at least
to
do
Legion
that.
Commander, why you didn't like the hero.
No, Legion just feels clunky.
Oh, I need to press the attack, then blink, then blade mail, then duel.
It's just like all this garbage, you know?
It was even worse when his shard was BKB that had same animation and the same sound as the BKB, which was kind of confusing. So we got rid of that. So Aegis is gone. There's still Arcane Rune for last track.
Boom. They're going to
blow
all of it onto him.
Relocate.
The relocate.
Okay, BKB was popped.
Yep, he looks to be fine right now. A Skeeter, not so much. He's going to get dueled after the BKB. Will he get the damage himself? Nobody will, it looks like. But the LC will fall to start things out. In the meantime, Dyrachyo focusing on 33. A couple bashes in a row. 33 still will be able to fly away. Oh, the blink back in. Gets the reality rift off, but again, the Frost Shield saving the day. Nicely done from Tundra, although they're quite low. So only one hero loss, and that's the LC for Gaimin Gladiators.
That was a weird fight from Gaming Gladiators. They get relocated out immediately. I think he could have waited a little bit. Maybe he was too afraid. He relocates him back to the mid lane, so Leshrac tries to like land a spell in the mid lane, misses a stun, then he comes back again to the right side where he originally was, and then like needs to run into the fight. So with the blinding lights and everything, that like they can't get close. They need this duel to connect on a target to be able to lock them down, and also CK stuns.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. I mean, how do you feel about LC not going for not going for blink yet? Obviously, they have the blink on CK, so he's trying to set things
does
up.
have a blink, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
He had it for like 10 minutes,
That's
but
weird,
we discussed other important
Snaking.
topics.
He's gonna get stunned up, and Daracha just blows him up. 9 in the meantime gets off the focus fire, but the healing up from the Pugna means that they're not gonna go any further. They have so much to stay in between Pugna and Io. Very hard to actually finish off a hero.
And press the attack. Daracha thinking about going in again. Like this blink dagger pickup is really valuable on them. Saksa, if they find him, he's pretty dead, but he knows something is up.
Yeah, it looks like he'll be fine. 33 maneuvers his way around the trees as well. And this tier 1 tower will be conceded. I mean, at the very least, from Tundra's perspective, they haven't... The lead has not grown for Gaimin Gladiators in the last few minutes, it feels like. It's been kind of at a standstill.
Yeah, it's pretty good for Tundra. I like what 9 has in his inventory, at least queued up. It's an expensive item, but this is something that is causing them issues, this Decrypify, and they don't have any ways of dispelling it, so he's gonna need like at least 3 minutes to be able to farm it up.
Yeah, Nullifier, very, very good item. Hard to counter because there's not really a counter other than BKBing before it's applied. That's literally it.
You can BKB after. That's also okay.
It's not dispellable, right? Unless they changed that recently.
Well, let me just check that real quick. Now you're in my head, Suns fan.
I'm always there, buddy. Boom, hooked up with Celery. Looks like they're just going to cut some waves here. Probably just waiting for the next Roche, although getting a pick-off will help be able to accomplish that. Does it not say?
It now purses magic immunity, but no longer slows. I think that was a big change.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but you can still, because it doesn't slow you, so you just like run away with a BKB on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it did get nerfed, but it's still very hard to counter.
No, it's good here, especially against the Decrypify. Windranger does have a DD in bottle. It expired. Definitely didn't pop it by himself.
Yeah, it looks like 9's gonna be able to take out this tier 2 himself. Did we find out if it's undispellable? It doesn't say anymore. The
Let me check that again.
You forgot. No, the entire purpose is you're checking that garbage. Hold Alt, perhaps, and try that.
Let me see. Yeah. Doesn't say anything.
Roshan,
Never mind.
2.
Chat will know. Chat will do it in a demo mode and go for it. Let's see who they give Aegis to this time around. It's going to be Boom again.
Yep, I still like it, but the shard goes to CK, obviously. The Chaos Bolt shard, very good. I mean, less shard, very good as well, but more so for high ground defense, I feel like. As you get the multiple split Earths over time.
Maybe they needed to go for that one because they don't have enough stuns. That's the problem. They did give it to CK. It's really good on CK. He doesn't want to buy it, so he gets it for free most of the time.
I guess duel into Split Earth Shard is actually pretty nasty.
It's not a bad combo.
But yeah, the CK Shard is just more consistent for sure. As looks like Boom is going towards a Blink Dagger himself.
I love that.
Ultra Blink Daggers for Gaimin Gladiators today.
Because like he can deal damage, but he has problems dealing the damage. How he gets there, even though he's relatively speedy, especially with the IO, it just feels very awkward for him to like go in. He gets pushed back. He gets shackled. Dragonite stun. Still very even game.
There.
Okay, here we go. Duel. Where's the damage?
Pulse Nova. That's what you need to get it, and they will do so. Dual damage for Ace. What is he at now? 40.
Yep, and Daracha also gets a pick-off on snaking without even using ulti. You could get like mini ulti from that shard upgrade.
True.
I feel like snaking died in the same area like 4 times.
I mean, that's a support life for you sometimes, especially in the olden days. We can see that Mr. Skeeter himself.
Yeah, there's a couple of those skeletons. 1, 2, 3. Yeah,
that's close enough. Well, we
maybe,
round up.
Maybe it was the exact same spot, so it doesn't show those skulls.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, unless it's to the pixel.
Help me out here, Suns fan.
You're correct.
Or did I look smart from
you are
time
so
to time?
correct, other than the undispellable thing that you're talking
Well, I'm too focused. I cannot do it right now. I'm a boomer. It takes me like a minute, and then you're going to need to talk for a minute. You're going to ask me a question. The cast is going to get awkward.
And then you just forget. Yeah, we've seen it many a time. Ace still has the horsey in his inventory to try to catch up, but won't find it here. Shackle not going to connect, but they're going to focus on Io. Skeeter takes a lot of damage, though. BKB popped by Boom. He's going to get blown up by 90. He's not careful, but Celery hooks back up, and you can see the heals from Tofu are absolutely disgusting. So the DK, the only death, and look at the healing. My God.
Okay.
CK has healed himself a lot this game with those crits.
Yeah, I mean, every single hero does have a heal outside of Gaming Gladiators, or an item, because there is Eternal Shroud. Let's see if they decide to go for the high ground. They're still thinking about it. Boom, maybe trying to get a pick off. 2 minutes left on Aegis.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about getting like a Scotty on Skeeter for the anti-heal? Especially when you have Flak Cannon. I mean, the problem is you don't have that much damage to work with, but he is going Satanic next, so.
It feels like he needs more survivability. That Satanic could potentially save him, especially with Ags during duel. So I don't mind seeing that. Scotty, big item, definitely, against all this healing. They do have Spirit Vessel on Keeper of the Light, but it just doesn't feel like it's working. The amount of heal that they got, they also do have Press the Attack to spell.
Is that a Lich Shard?
It is a Lich Shard.
My goodness.
And look what they're doing. Like, Celery tethers to Boom, and then Tofu from the back lines is healing Io. So he doesn't need to get close to Boom.
But imagine if Pugna had a shard.
So he could do it on a ward, and Io tethers to a ward. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly. Oh, Boom! Almost goes down. Of course, he has the Aegis. Doesn't really care that much. And likely, Gaming Gladiators is going to go right in. There's the duel, and this is likely to be a victory indeed. Dead is the gyro for 70 seconds. Skeeter with no buyback.
Has a gem.
Ace
they get him out.
Focus fire, but the heals from Celery and Tofu again. They just can't kill anybody here. Duraccio jumps back in, gets off the Chaos Bolt Phantasm, and they're going to try to finish this game in style. They'll at least get the barracks, as you can see the 2 members of Tundra that are dead have no way to get back in the game right now.
Oh, what a beautiful spellcasting there from Gaming Gladiators. They understand, you know, who needs to save who. They're not overlapping their abilities, and this is going to be a set of barracks. Io, like, you can't even initiate. Ooh,
oh, boy.
4 seconds.
Yeah, that's a big stun. Duraccio, that's 1 kill, and make it 2.
They might call it. I wouldn't be surprised if they just call it here.
Their push is redonkulous when you get into the base like this. This is going to be 2 sets of racks at the very least, and they can go for megas if they really want. No outside towers. They're just going to continue to try to take out these supports. That's a double kill for Celery, of all people.
And having this life drain plus tether, it reminds me of Harry Potter. You know, that scene, Voldemort against Harry.
Yeah.
That's my favorite scene from Lord of the Rings, for sure.
Yeah, when Sauron really defeated Harry Potter, that was really good.
Kills Dumbledore.
Yeah, Duraccio jumps back in. They're just going to focus on the racks right now, but Tundra about to get all their heroes up in numbers very shortly. Skeeter pops the BKB, forcing Gaming Gladiators out. See how defensive, or passive I should say, they want to be with all these heals. We're just going to look at the replay now of this duel victory.
Yep, a lot of healing, TLDR.
Yeah. Pretty much. Man, the fact that they just can't kill one hero, it just feels really bad.
They're having a good laugh about it.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, can we check the healing numbers again?
Yeah, that would be nice.
If that's possible.
Might have to hold those horses. Duraccio, his horse is ready to go.
So he says, whose horse is more amazing? Like, we do have another horse, Leshrac.
Leshrac is more of a goat. Disfigured goat, I feel like. I mean, he wouldn't call himself a horse. Right? Look at him. Got one ugly ass face, no doubt.
I don't know. I watched a lot of documentaries when I was younger. This looks like a horse to me.
In the fantasy world, this apparently is a goat-horse hybrid, according to the lore.
Windranger does have Nullifier.
I thought you were going to say she has a horse as well. I was like, no, there's no way. Maybe in the next Arcana. Persona, perhaps. Sox are trying to get some map control here. But, boom. Has that Shiva's. And they're just going to reclaim the outpost. As they have a 2 full racks advantage. No Aegis, though. And Roshan, we won't know for another minute when he's going to spawn. And I would assume that Tundra just somehow have to get this third Rosh to have some sort of avenue to come back in this game.
Yeah, good way of thinking. I'm just not sure how. That's the problem. I mean, they need to get out, try to do something, because they lose a fight, they lose a game. Nullifier is online, so let's see what they can do. It's a lot of damage. He had a lot of gold spent. Like, it's very hard to get to that item, so he basically had a BKB. Let's see the initiation.
He's the one that gets initiated on, but he is perfectly healthy despite the Nullifier being applied. Skeeter is dead to start the fight. Does have buyback, though, but the rest of Tundra are dropping like flies. Double kill for Duraccio, and there we see the duel come in. Triple kill for him. GGs are called. And Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, I just noticed.
22 to 4.
That dispellable via BKB didn't matter in the end, but they got 4 kills in 30 minutes.
Why do you question me, Lacoste?
I didn't. I just feel it's relatively useless to proper BKB, so it doesn't do anything. But yeah, good showing from Gaimin Gladiators. We've seen them lose to OG with like, maybe it was Tundra that had like. Underlord, the Dragon Knight, Lich, the damage reduction type of a lineup, and this healing lineup from Gaimin Gladiators, it works really well. I love the creativity from some of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, not just that, but the fact that they can push really well and sustain to a very high degree, and there's not a whole lot. I mean, we talked about Scotty. That's a huge item to get, and it doesn't really solve all your problems anyway. Just a tough game for Tundra. But again, this series is really important for Tundra specifically. Going to mention that for the 20th time as
yeah,
I'm sure the panel will bring
extremely important for both of these teams.
Very important game, and game number 2 will be up next, so stay tuned, everybody.
More important
than
education.
Very important.